Good afternoon. Welcome to St. Olaf Catholic Church for this noontime organ recital. Welcome also those who are watching via live stream. If you haven't already done so, please take a moment to ensure that your mobile devices are either silenced or powered off. If you should require the use of the restrooms, they are located at the end of the corridor through the doors at your left. If you have any questions about parking, feel free to go to the main foyer and speak with our reception staff. In the case of an emergency, please take note of the closest exit near you. There are 3 exits to your right that lead directly out to 2nd Avenue. There are 2 exits to your left that lead down the hall to the parking lot or to the main entrance and 8th Street. And there are 3 doors at the back of the church that lead to the vestibule with exits to 8th Street and 2nd Avenue and the parking lot. Your generous support helps make these recitals possible. There's a basket for donations in the front of the main altar here at the front of the church. We gratefully accept any donation you may be so moved to make. Please join me in welcoming Joe Trucano.
Thank you all for being here today. My name is Joe Trucano. It's really an honor and privilege to be here. Thanks to Joel for inviting me and for Michaela for hosting today, and to St. Olaf Catholic. This program is a program that I performed originally in February of this spring at St. Louis King of France Church in St. Paul. Now, I don't think many of us are short of memory to realize that our city has gone through a lot this past winter and this past spring. And as I was formulating that program, which I was really became quite fond of, was lifting up voices outside of the strictly white Western tradition of organ music. And so that's what you'll hear a lot of today. You heard this fantasy on Walk Together Children, which has sort of become sort of the North Star of what I thought of when I was putting this program together, this idea of all these voices coming together. You may recognize the name Andre Thomas, really connected with spirituals, specifically in the choral tradition, but he wrote this organ piece in 2017. The next piece comes from Nigerian composer Fela Sowande. It's called the Yoruba Lament. Fela is considered sort of the father, grandfather of Nigerian organ fusion with this Yoruba elements, Yoruba being an ethnic kind of group of African people, and found a lot in Nigeria. In this piece, you'll hear kind of two contrasts. You'll hear this very lush organ sound, very romantic, and then before we get too far into the piece, you'll hear the solo reed do a Yoruba melody. As I play the piece, I invite you to find all the ways that he tucks that melody, that theme, into different parts of the organ. This is the Yoruba Lament by Fela Sowande. The next two pieces on the program are musical prayers in a way, and we're lucky to have the composer of Luciana, I think I said that right, Christina Risotto, with the audience today, and really grateful to have her here. This is a gorgeous piece. She wrote this for her sister's wedding. I asked her just today how many siblings she had. 5 siblings, 5 processionals for each of the siblings. This is a really lovely. Luciana actually is Latvian for prayer. And then we move to Adoration by Florence Price. Florence Price is a really pivotal composer in the U.S. canon of musicians and composers. She was the first black woman to have a symphony premiered by a major U.S. symphony. Or Adoration I've heard done many different ways. With organ, I've also heard it with solo instruments. I hear violinists and cellists take it all along. Anyway, here are 2 musical prayers for you by Christina and Florence. I do think the spring had me a little bit of a melancholy mood, but this next piece, This Little Light of Mine, an arrangement by Calvin Taylor, American composer, has become one of my favorites. As an organist, many people will say, what drew you into the instrument? And they'll say, the loud and the fast. I don't know if that was my love of the organ. I think my love of the organ was the flute, was the beautiful, was the serene, was the sparkly. And this is what I think Calvin Taylor does really beautifully in this next piece, This Little Light of Mine. You'll hear it both as a very demure little theme and then very grounded as we get into the middle section. I hope you enjoy it. as a player, I never knew what to do with that big loud section. I'm honest. I remember one time I played it and I tried it really soft and I was like, oh, it's kind of nice. And then I really kind of dug into it and I really love just this full, grounded, harmonically rich reinterpretation of the theme. I didn't want to give away too much before it, but that tune means a lot to me and I think is a really lovely tune for our time. Anyway, I'll stop being sentimental. The next two pieces, we're going to go down to Mexico, Mexican composer Ramon Noble. The first is Danza Española. This is a dance. You'll hear the reeds kind of fiery and then a lyrical little flute interlude. And then this toccatina, it's sort of a mini toccata as he describes it, which to me really has the fire of, you know, that kind of fast strumming, kind of Latin, Spanish, Mexican guitar. So these are two pieces by Ramon Noble to close out the program. I appreciate you all for coming today, and I hope to greet many of you afterwards, so thank you.